Adam Nip here with Woodstock Mayor Pat Sobeski for a very important edition of Webchat with the Mayor. City Hall's been shut down the first 2 days of this week, Pat, due to a fire in the hydro vault underneath Market Square. What's the latest on when City Hall will have the power back?
It changes hour by hour, but hopefully we will have power into City Hall this afternoon, Tuesday afternoon, at which point in time we'll then also have to fire up the computers to see if they've been any damaged. I know there's been some damage to the wires in the phone system. So again, we'll get the electricity to the building running, and not only our building, but the entire block. And again, check out the equipment. And if everything goes well, then we should be open on Wednesday morning. But it changes hour by hour.
Well, it's kind of an inconvenient time, too, because there is a big council meeting this week. The agenda has yet to be posted online. Things still on track for council this week?
Council is still scheduled to meet on Thursday. We'll meet on Thursday. We had our planning meeting last night, and we just shifted it over to the county building. So the city council meeting will take place Thursday.
It's tough when you're not getting your email, though.
It's tough when you're not getting email. It's tough when the phone system doesn't necessarily work. It's a change in life, and it's just like when hydro goes out in your home and you say, well, what am I going to do? I'll turn the TV on and watch the TV, and you're surprised the TV isn't working. So
what did we do before email? Who knows, right? Well, it was kind of ironic then that the fire happened this week, because you're set to really get into the fire department review that was presented at last council meeting. And I guess the big thing on the agenda would be a cut potentially of 4 firefighters from the service. And what do you think council might do, or what's your opinion on the issue?
Well, the report was quite comprehensive, and I think one thing that's important is Woodstock's the first community to actually do a comprehensive review. So what we're looking at is Steve Thurlow had come in and he documented, here's how you could look with 40 firefighters, which is the minimum in our collective agreement. We currently have 48. Here's how you could operate with 44. Here's how you could operate with 56. Here's your status with 2 fire stations. Here's how you look with 3. Here's how you'd look with relocating. So it's a very comprehensive report. I've seen other communities that are just saying, well, we're eliminating firefighters by attrition, but there's nothing to back it up. So this is an efficiency study, and I think in my view, it's best how to position Woodstock not in 2014, but in 2020. So we'll see how council goes. I would be leaning towards the recommendation is 44. It demonstrates how we can work that. Do you do it by attrition or do you do it by layoff? My feeling is you do it by attrition, because if you did it by layoff, you'd have the costs associated with paying severance packages and everything else. So we'll see where council goes with that.
In your mind, what's the drop-off in service when you go from 48 down to 44?
Well, there's no real drop-off in service. I mean, understand that when these reports talk about, there's always a minimum of 8 firefighters on duty. A platoon right now consists of 12. So there'll be days when there are 12 on duty, 11 on duty. But when you have sick days, vacation days, we make sure that the minimum doesn't fall below 8. So as the study showed, we're running 1 platoon now because of retirement. We didn't replace that firefighter, so we're running 1 platoon with 11, and they seem to be functioning okay. One of the other key differences is that will happen is there'll be a reduction in the type of calls they go on medical. Right now they go to all code 4 medical calls, so they will go to car accidents. The change will be that they'll go to the most serious ones, heart attacks, strokes, and they'll also respond to ones where if all the ambulances are busy, they will then go out if no ambulance can get there within a 10-minute period. So because what we want them to focus their attention on is to doing home inspections on fire alarms. And so last year, for example, they did the number of house visits was under 25, and it fell 200 because they were going to 200 more medical calls. So we've got going out to medical calls where ambulance and fire are both responding, but the price we pay is a lack of inspection. And that's what these people are trained to do. These are good firefighters. I mean, the fire at City Hall, it was caused by the hydro stations, but the ground wire going into City Hall, it heated up. The plastic caught on fire, and so they went in because the alarms went off because of smoke. They're trained, smoke, they're experienced, they poked through and they saw small little flames on this little plastic wire, so they extinguished that. That's what they're good at. They're good at fighting fires. And so, in my own personal view, I would sooner have them out at homes where they're going into houses where they're seniors, warning them about the dangers around stoves, because that's where most of the fires happen with where senior citizens are living, and going out and talking to families, not only about is your fire alarm working, but here, use our expertise to help you draw up a fire escape plan. I think that's where the focus is. And in my way, by going out to every car accident, they're duplicating a service. So we've got to, I believe, focus more on fire prevention.
Well, like you said, it certainly is a big debate. We'll save some of that for Thursday night because we know the fire department's union will be coming forward with a couple of presentations as well. So we'll look forward to much more debate, I'm sure, on this on Thursday night, Pat.
Well, it's certainly expected. The firefighter union, they'll come forward, and there's things they like in the report, but they don't necessarily like the fact that there could be a reduction in the number of firefighters. And so it should come as no surprise that, for example, I'll be speaking positively about the report, but it shouldn't come as any surprise that there'll be newspaper ads and everything else in the newspaper supporting the Professional Firefighters Association, the union position. No one should be surprised by that.
Okay. We'll look for more on this Thursday night. The fire review, definitely a hot topic in Woodstock. Thanks for your time, Pat.
Thank you.